Welcome to Stage Mom Podcast, a podcast for breakthrough bands and artists. Today we have Petrichor. Petrichor is an alternative rock band out of South Florida. I really enjoyed sitting down with this band. They are so much more than just super talented musicians. I had met the lead vocalist of Petrichor, Venus, while she was still going by the name Tess Gray. She was determined to put a band together to play live shows, and boy oh boy has she succeeded. I'm blown away by this project, and I cannot wait to see them live again. They are such a good time. If you ever see them named on any flyers, make sure you go check them out. You will definitely become a fan. Okay, so today we have Petrichor. Let's go around and introduce yourselves and let everybody know who you are and what you do in the band and anything you want to say about yourself.
Ladies first.
All right, I guess we'll go. Hi, my name is Sophie. I am the bassist for Petrichor. I'm 20. I go to FIU. I'm studying psychology. Yeah, I'm just excited to be here. I love music. So, yeah. I'm so sorry.
Hi,
My name's Jeff.
rough start. Hi, my name is Venus. I'm the vocalist for Petrichor. I've interviewed before with Stage Mom. I admire her a lot. So thank you for having us on here.
Thank you.
It's a very nice experience.
Oh yeah. I'm Tommy. I'm the guitar player for Petrichor, and sometimes I dance. And yeah, I'm a nursing major.
How are you?
I am.
Okay, awesome.
So that's cool.
My niece is a nurse, a trauma room ER nurse.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, some of the pictures she sends me. It's like,
Oh man.
Nice. Alright, my name is Enzo. I play the drums for Petrichor. And I also DJ.
oh, do you?
I do.
Cool. What's your DJ name?
I don't have.
You don't have one?
Not
Okay,
yet.
just Enzo.
Yeah, so far.
All right.
So,
So for those that don't know who you are, never heard of you, how would you describe your music?
I mean, we, other than being compared to other bands, because I feel like every band is always being compared to somebody else, or like some of like the bigger bands. I wouldn't say we're
Weezer.
Weezer.
no, not even. Like it's like it's funky, spunky, and it's just really I mean, it's not angry, but it's just like letting loose. It's more like
Very heartfelt.
yeah. It's like kind of like when you're having a manic episode, and then you calm down. That's kind of what our music is like.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you have a certain genre that you would put it in with?
I guess all
Alternative
alternative
rock.
rock.
Yeah.
At least when I listen to our own stuff, it's very 90s-ish. You know, it has that kind of like vibe of just, yeah, and I don't know, it's like aggression and stuff like that, and just
Passive aggression, because we're not that heavy,
Right.
but we still
We bring the attitude.
we still break it.
Yeah. No, I was so, like, really, honestly, if I don't mean something, I'm not that type of person that just says it, but I was blown away by you guys when you were at the mini fest. I was so into it. Like, I loved it so much, and I can't wait to have you guys play again. Like, I loved it. It was so good. There's, like, those certain bands that really, like, you're shocked at how, like, wow, wait a second, I didn't know they were that good, and you were one of them. So I really loved it, and I can't wait to have you guys back again. So let's talk about how you guys met, because you're in Broward. So how did this all evolve?
So I'll start with this one because I feel like I have this. Okay. So
a long time ago.
there was a kid that went to my high school when I was in high school. He was a grade below me. I was a senior. He was a junior. His name is Javi. Shout out Javi. And he either knew Tess or just followed her through her music, like during that time, and when she was still Tess Gray.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, are you looking? I heard you were looking to join a band," because he was also good friends with one of my good friends that I've known for forever. And I'm like, "Yeah." He sent me the Instagram for Tess Gray's, like, looking for band members, and I hit her up on Instagram, and we talked. I sent her a video of me drumming, and then she was like, yeah, we should definitely meet up. I'll put you in a group chat. And then I was put in a group chat with Soph and Tom. And that's my
Did not
origin
know
story.
that story.
I'd actually like to bring something up. So, I was Tess Gray. I was the solo artist for about 4 years. And we even did a podcast together. But we were rehearsing, and, it was always under Tess Gray. And then the next day it was the fest, the first stage month fest. And then I caught COVID.
Yeah,
I
it sucked.
I got...
You know you got to vote that day still? I was like, she wasn't even here. That was good.
No, but I realized, like when I got COVID, I kind of got, like, a whole ego death. I'm like, you know what, I don't want to really be, like, I don't want to have people behind me, I want to have people alongside of me.
Right.
So I'm like, fuck it, bro, let's call this Petrichor. Like, I mean, we really, I'm like, let's just start a band. Like, we have, like, such good chemistry, like, and I don't want to be, like, alone. I want to be with you guys. So it's, like, family or nothing type me. And so I just remember, like, how we came up with our name was, like, just searching up cool words on small little words that are cool sounding with cool
Sophie
meanings.
came up with it, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, I saw a TikTok one time, and I get, like, these TikToks about, like, all, like, random words that, like, you never thought existed, kind of
Right.
thing, and, like, cool words. And so I remembered, I got TikTok about, like, the rain smell. And I was like, wait, like, what's it called? And we were on a call together. I was like, there's, like, a name for the rain smell. I remember it sounded super cool. I searched it up, and it was Petrichor. And they loved it, and...
Yeah.
it was
And
like,
the best thing about that was that, like, our first rehearsal we ever had, like, for Tess Gray.
You got rained out, right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
And then our last rehearsal for Tess Gray, it was raining. So it's like, it's cool. And the way I met Thomas was actually through Instagram, like, in 2018.
Like years ago, yeah.
Yeah, so we've known each other the longest, and we started this band called Wallrats.
The Wallrats. It was,
Shout out
it was
Hunter.
the weirdest thing ever.
It was so weird. It was
We never
strange.
could get the full band to actually come together, and then it kind of just broke off. And at some point, I was like, I had a conversation with Venus, and I was like, if you ever need a guitar player, like, I'll be there. And then that day came, and I was like, let's do it. So yeah.
And how did you two meet?
we were, like, mutual friends on
Oh, yeah.
Instagram.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
I used to be in a band called Babe Haven, and, like,
Okay.
I guess, like, there was, like, mutuals, like, within, like, Instagram and all that, and I guess I came across Tess Gray, when she was Tess Gray at the time,
Right.
and then saw her music, I really liked it, and she posted something about, how, like, she was, like, looking for band members, and I was like, oh, like, I play some bass, you know? I was, like, involved in, like, marching band and all that for years, and I kind of, like, wanted to change and pace in terms of, like, my music career, I guess, and so, yeah, I, sent her a video of me playing bass, she added me to the group chat, same thing with Enzo, and, yeah, it just became a thing.
I love how you got your name, but it's funny because I actually Googled it because I had no idea what it meant either. But I couldn't even remember. It didn't say anything about rain, but it was a nice, I remember it being a nice meeting. So, okay. So you had as Tess Gray Search Party out, and you guys play it now. Is it released on Spotify under Petrichor now? How did you do that?
So I actually recently, I deleted all my Tess Gray songs.
All of them. Okay.
Just because I decided I don't really want to be associated with that anymore.
right.
But we are going to release it as a different type of version under Petrichor. Different sound, but same type of attitude, meaning.
So, your songwriting process for you guys, like, do you guys have anything released now under Petrichor?
No.
I tried to find it, and
No,
We're
yeah.
currently recording.
We currently, yeah.
okay. So, where do you do your recording at? Walk me through that process.
We do it at Venus's house.
So we tried doing our first recording session. I'm so sorry. For my house, I was waiting for some acoustic panels and never came. So then, like, we just started recording. We were kind of on a time crunch because it was my living room. And my mom still lives there. So we didn't really get, through the whole recording. But at least we kind of got, like, an overhead demo.
Okay.
And so I don't know, like, the recording process is still in question, like, what we really want to do and how we're going to go through with it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But that's how we started out, just, like, getting those little details kind of right.
But at least with the writing process, a lot of it was like, one of us would just come up with something and we're like, all right, that's really cool.
And we'd
like,
contribute little things.
just go with it,
Yeah.
Right.
Like a lot of times Venus would have a song and like it would be pretty fleshed out and then we'd go from there. Or like at the same time I have a lot of stuff that I would already have like really fleshed out. Like I have all these like parts and ideas And Venus just starts singing on top of it, and then she'll say something. I'm like, that's amazing.
And then Sophie had this song. It was really good, and like we all really vibed with it. So we're still working on that one.
Yeah.
So are you going to release a single, or is it going to be an EP? Did you guys discuss that?
Yeah, we're thinking of recording first one of our original songs.
Okay.
It's called Never Gave It Back.
Yeah.
And we release it, promote it, get it out to the people, and then we want to release an EP with all our originals. And
You remembered the formula.
what do you mean?
Like what I told you remembered.
And
Yes.
then we're gonna do an alternate version where all of us do our parts, but with our mouth only.
What?
No, he's off his meds. No, but yeah, single and then EP and just hella promoting.
Do you have a time frame on that?
We want to do it by December.
Yeah, December for the single and probably next year.
Oh,
for
so
EP.
that's soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm excited to hear that.
Christmas.
I want to give a little Christmas gift.
I thought of like a bag of turd when you said that.
What?
I don't know.
So, as far as those that play the instruments, are you self-taught? How long have you been playing for?
I've been playing the drums since I was 12 years old.
Okay.
I want to say, and as a kid, I was always like a troublemaker. I would always get in trouble at school. I could never sit still.
I can see that.
Yeah, I was never able to sit still. And sports, I like playing them, but not for like a team or like for the school or whatever. Just like with my friends.
He wants the glory.
Yeah. So I tried playing the drums because my family is like we're pretty musically inclined,
Right.
I like to say, especially on my dad's side. So yeah, I tried playing the drums because at the time I really liked the band 21 Pilots. I still do.
I mean, who didn't, right?
I know. And
Actually, I can think of a lot of pictures.
No, like if you went to a 21, I made fun of my daughter for loving them, but if you went to one of their shows, you kind of fell into the trap.
it's
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah.
the drummer Josh Dunn.
I love Josh
Amazing.
Dunn. Shout out Josh Dunn.
That was my favorite. That's my inspiration. And so kind of used it as I kind of used it as like an outlet to deal with whatever I had. And also I just thought of it as like a challenge. Like I would see all these amazing drummers on YouTube and Instagram and all that. And I'd be like, oh, I want to do that. Like that looks so cool. And so yeah, I got a drum set for Christmas or for my birthday, and I've been playing ever since. And I'm self-taught.
Wow.
Too. Or
Okay.
YouTube taught.
I don't have the attention span to be able to do anything like that. I can't. I'm a big shortcut taker, so I can't ever do like an online course or anything. I have to have someone in front of me because I will act like I read the page, and I'm paying for it. I'll pay for this course, and I'll still try to cut corners, and then I'll fail. So I have to go and actually. So all right, so your mom's a singer, and you play in her band. Is that what
Yeah.
you learned, or?
What happened was both my parents were somewhat musical. I mean, my mom was the main musical one, so she was always singing and stuff like that. She'd been singing forever. And my dad just had a bunch of guitars, and he would just like play for just entertain himself and stuff like that, just to relax. And he got me a guitar when I was super young, and I could barely pick it up. And my brother showed me Smoke on the Water, and then I'd be like, I don't know what this is for, and I'd be like just banging on it with no idea what the neck was for. And then I literally like stopped, took up drums for 1 month, never played them again.
Really?
And then I got tired of video games, so I picked up a guitar, like an acoustic, and I learned all just like Nirvana stuff. That's what I was listening to. So that was like middle school. So I started like when I was around 14. So I've been playing for like 6 years or around there.
And you're self-taught too, then.
Yeah, for the most part. Like, I'm very like observant, so like I just watch
Right.
people play and I'd be like, oh, okay, that's how you're doing it. And like, I would just obsess, so I would play 24/7.
Awesome. And what did you hate about the drums?
It just didn't click with me. I think I'd love to learn them now, but it just didn't click
I
with
feel
me.
like it's the same thing with me and the guitar.
Yeah.
Like I've been surrounded with guitars my whole life. I've tried, taking lessons. It just doesn't work. It's not a click. Yeah.
But yeah, so I like got a lot of experience. Eventually playing a few songs in my mother's band. Like she'd bring me up on stage and everything like that. And then eventually I was like, I'm gonna take your job. And I became the guitar player for that band.
funny.
Yeah,
You took that job.
I did.
Well, Venus, you play guitar, right?
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, like, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, just YouTube, you know? Like, I tried doing this one class, but all he taught me was La Cucaracha and Happy Birthday. It wasn't very good, so I just decided, you know what? YouTube. YouTube is the source for
I
everything.
admire that because, like I said, I could never sit and listen and learn, ever.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a lot of, it's, for me at least, it's like driven by a lot of passion. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, not to sound, I guess, cringy or cheesy, but, you know, whenever you strike a certain chord, you feel a lot of rhythm in you, and you feel a certain, like, spark, and you're like, wow, you want to continue that, and it, like, it lights a fire.
Right.
But for the most part, yeah, guitar, I've recently been learning bass. It's more just a little hobby, but...
Okay. And how'd you learn?
Well, I mean, like, I didn't start with bass. Actually, I'm actually primarily a vocalist. And so I started with musical theater. I have, like, I guess, like, different, like, genre experience, like, different, like, music, like, experience in general. Yeah, musical theater, I'm classically trained as well. I used to be in marching band, symphonic band, so, like, clarinet, saxophone. I'm kind of, like, a jack of all trades, kind of a thing.
I never knew that.
All right, multi-instrumentalist.
Yeah. And so I picked up guitar in my, like, youth group. And so I saw, like, everyone playing there. I was like, oh, I want to play guitar.
Right.
So I started with guitar when I was 12. And then when I was, like, 16 or so, I was like, oh, like, I kind of want to learn bass. I know I just love, like, low-sounding instruments. So, I don't know, I just really like bass and stuff. I was really into the Strokes.
Okay.
So I wanted to learn Reptilia, which is, like, they have, like, a really cool bass line. I was like, oh, I want to get a bass just so I can learn it. And then I had a bass. I was like, oh, I might as well just learn bass in general. And yeah, I've just kind of stuck with bass, you know, other instruments here and there. Like, my mom taught me piano when I was young, and, like, same thing with them, like, how, like, guitar didn't stick or, like, drums didn't stick for them. It's like piano was, like, for me. She was like, oh, like, learn piano. And I was like, no. Even though I needed it for, like, theory and stuff. But yeah, just kind of dabbled around everywhere.
So that's so cool. I just really admire that you guys taught yourselves. That's just amazing to me. Okay, so Petrichor, you guys probably formed April, May?
Well,
May 9.
Ish.
May 9 anniversary.
It was May 9, yeah.
Okay, what do you guys think is the best decision you've made so far up to today as a band?
To be obvious, probably to become a band. Because before we were kind of like the band for test grade.
Yeah, it was a backing band.
Yeah,
So,
just like session musicians, but
I think we've come a long way as a band.
As,
I'm really
like,
proud of all of us.
a band and just a big support system for each of us, and it's just like it's really beautiful what can happen in just a few months, you know. And as far as I think the best decision that we've all made. Actually, I don't know. I have so much stuff to say about it, but I guess like the main one is just devoting so much time to each other. I don't know.
You're
It's
in
a
it,
lot.
and that's
Yeah. Like,
It's just as important to Sophie as it is to you and everything. So
Yeah.
that's
Like the devotion is mutual.
yeah.
yeah, it's like we're so dedicated to music and, like,
Right.
this band and, like, just, like, I guess, like, the mission, the journey. It's like, you know, we're in it to win it.
Right. Yeah,
I
no,
love that.
and you can tell that when you perform. It feeds through to the crowd, and it's if you've got a crowd that's not having fun, then
Yeah.
it's because they're sensing something. I mean, you can sound like crap too. And
Yeah.
if you're having a good time, the vibe's good, the chemistry's good, the fans are going to have fun too.
Yeah.
So, what popular band, or I was going to say celebrity band, but that doesn't make any sense at all. Famous band. Small words I just can't think of. What famous band would you guys love to collaborate with?
Ooh.
I mean, you guys already know my answer.
alright.
You guys know my answer, but I want my answer to be last because it's obvious.
Well, bands. Okay. Collaborate as in.
Where you guys could do something together.
Okay. If anybody else has an answer.
Paramore.
Did most.
I knew that.
I saw them last week and I was like, wow, like this is so much more than performance. Like it's her job, but she loves it. Oh my god, I love her. I wrote her a letter and I gave it to the sound guy. Hopefully she sees it, but if not, it's okay. I did it.
You did it, yeah.
I don't know, probably Alice in Chains, maybe.
I mean, yeah, R.I.P. Lane Stanley though.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Deftones. I love Deftones. I'm
Tenacious D.
Oh, that's actually really funny. I feel like Jack Black and I would be like amazing friends. Like I used to be such a big fan of King Kong when I was small. I'd be like, King Kong.
I saw the Gorillas, and they had, like, on the screen, they had this whole cameo by Jack Black just in the music video, and he's, like, dancing and stuff like that. It's so funny.
I love Jack Black. All right. What about the music industry would you change if you could? What do you feel could be better about the music industry?
Where do I
I
start?
don't even know if we know enough about the music industry, but,
I feel you do. If you could create a perfect scenario for it.
Definitely take the police away.
Huh?
I thought, yeah, I thought the band. I was like, what?
saying
Pretty
stuff.
successful.
So many shows for so many good bands have been shut down by the cops. I hate that.
Something about the
Noise
music
ordinance.
industry.
Yeah.
You know what I'd say? We need more venues.
Yeah.
More
That
venues,
too.
more
Yeah.
space, more
No,
expression.
especially
Yeah.
in Miami, because I feel like in Broward County, the punk scene is like really,
like Weird
not just
O'Malley's.
punk, like-
It's really
like the underground scene is pretty strong in Broward, but in Miami, I've seen it. It's just, it's pretty dead. Or
it sucks balls,
dying.
bro.
It's
Like
dying.
it's dying. Yeah.
The venues are not the best, and
And most of them are 21 and older, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's what sucks.
We
It's
need
like-
more like venues that are
Yeah.
like all ages.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if I won the lottery, that's what I would do. I would open up like the perfect venue for all ages. Like me and my daughter's old band's guitarist father. He and I, that was our goal. Like we were gonna buy this. We knew what building we were buying. We knew everything, and then it sold to a different person because we just didn't act fast enough. But it would have been perfect location, perfect square footage, everything. But that's that you need, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You guys just want somewhere to go play and have everybody come. Yeah.
Yeah, like obviously certain age restrictions for certain shows and events, but overall an all ages venue. Because, you know, like and all ages, that's something that's very controversial. With especially like with the hardcore scene and punks and with all of this. But the thing is the kids of like the youth of this generation, the ones who initiate themselves into the punk scene, it's not because they're like following an internet personality. It's because they want to learn more about the culture, at least in some cases. But as long as we show them what it's about and we tell them like this is what it actually is to be a punk and what it is to be hardcore, the more we educate them, the better the scene will become.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
That's why I believe that all ages shows should be more acceptable and more open and available, because then they learn.
Yeah. What I loved, the mini fest I had that you had COVID for, it was so good. Like I was so happy with that one because it was so many people, so many different walks of life, and they all came together and everybody was like having the greatest time. They all like exchanged numbers and they started doing shows together after. It was like the greatest thing. And I was like, this is exactly why I did this, because I want everybody to be able to do that, get out there, have somewhere that they can go and do this and meet people and, let people see what they have to offer.
exposure is everything.
Exactly, it is.
Yeah, I would say that, like, if anything, that's actually what I really love about what I've come to learn about all the music stuff is that, like when we started the band and I was, like, seeing Venus and seeing all her friends and all these bands, I'm like, oh my god, I feel, like, so out of place because I don't know anything. I've been so used to all these cover bands that, like, I had no idea that there was so many people really looking to enjoy, like, all this original music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then all the bands, I think, and I love being supportive of other bands. I think they all really help each other, and like, everyone's really open to knowing each other and having, like, hey, we got a show, like, come play with us or stuff like that, like, I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you, any day of the week, hands down, go to any local show over going to see a famous band. That's just, I feel the talent is not, I mean, Paramore is an exception. She's very
The only
talented.
exception.
But, like, there's a lot of these bands that, like, are making so much money out there, and I've seen so much better, so much more talent in the local scene than I hear on the radio. So, yeah, any day of the week, hands down. It's going to be 12 million times more fun to go do that than...
Because it's more intimate and
It is.
it's raw, you know?
Yeah.
It's not just covered by an arena kind of atmosphere. It's like
Exactly.
they're right in front of you, know exactly what steps you're taking forward and what steps you're taking back. And I think that's like the magic of, you know, live performance, especially in the local scene.
Yeah.
And everyone's so passionate too. Like everyone has like this drive in the school that like they want to create music.
Like the
together.
energy radiates everywhere.
And it's like we all want to do that. So it's like being in the same room together and like sharing like those creativities, like those talents and everything. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
In a way.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm not going to say the band, but there's this one band that has played at my mini fest, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. I'm not saying, but it's not like they sound the best vocally. But I'll tell you, they're one of my favorite bands because they bring a show every single time, and their passion through everything that they do, it shows. And I'm like, oh, I just love this band. I love it. I love exactly what they're doing. So it's exactly right. Yeah. Okay, so for Petrichor, what are your future goals? You're going to do the EP.
Yes.
Where would you like to see yourselves in a year?
At least at Revolution Live.
Revolution, yeah. I was about to say, like, honestly, just like, I see, at least in my head, it's like statistics, like, we have to reach a certain number and stuff, but I kind of look past that. And I want us to be, like, more connected and just, you know, I don't know how to say this. Like, I want us all to be, like, stable. Like, I know we're all stable now, but it's, like, tight. Like, tighter than ever. Like, we could have 0 followers or even stay the same follower amount we have right now, but our relationship together would be so strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
But definitely Revolution, like a big fucking stage. Like a festival I've been dying to do.
Yeah. And I'm all for the art, too, you know. I mean, I've always been, like, a live kind of player, so I love that whole experience with the crowd and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like I would love to like make a really nice body of work. You know, just something really interesting artistically. Because I'm all for that. You know, just exploring.
Yeah, and definitely having like more musical, like having just like ourselves like heard, like people knowing who Petrichor
Right.
is.
Exactly.
Like go down the streets, like, oh my god, like are you in Petrichor? You know, kind of thing. You know, like I want to be like I guess like famous in
a little
scene.
local.
Little celebrity.
Yeah.
We'll get recognized at the CVS.
No! Oh my god. I've already been, like, recognized, it was so late at night. You know, like, every night I'm, like, bored, and I'll go, like, to my local CVS, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get a Red Bull. So I go get a Red Bull, and the cashier's like, are you Venus from Petrichor? I'm like, how'd you know that? Well, how do you know that? And he's like, oh, I went to your show at Teen Bullets. I'm like, I'm so sorry. But he's like, no, like, I'm a big fan. I'm like,
Are you now?
Are you?
Thank you.
I think we need to take the coffee away.
So for those who could not see, I spilled the coffee again. But it makes me nervous, as you can see, because like that means we're getting somewhere. It's beginning.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's swing back to the local scene.
Yeah.
What has been your favorite venue to play so far? Like, what was your favorite show?
100% Tea and Poets.
Yeah?
Our second time there.
Yeah.
The one where I was wearing the shirt with all the holes in it.
Like the one we sold out.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like
Yeah.
200 people.
Wow.
I do enjoy Naomi's though.
Naomi's was nice.
Naomi's Garden has a great big open vibe.
It's hot. That's all I gotta say.
I kind of really enjoyed the acoustics of the CCW show.
Yeah.
That was a good
That was
That was a
good
good
show.
show. That was a
Yeah.
really fun show.
You know,
that was a great
like, you know,
experience. But
It's like all the way in Homestead. It's like
Yeah.
this big brewery. So Miami Brewing
definitely
Company.
Okay.
didn't get paid.
So yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite local bands?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear them.
100% Scattered Reality is
Okay.
like my
Scattered
number one.
Reality has to be.
Yeah, I love
These guys so much.
them.
I think I have them coming on my podcast. think they're on my calendar.
Scarlet Heart's always good.
Oh,
Scarlet Hearts.
That was another band that absolutely blew me away.
Every time.
I wish I had like them like as a headliner that day. I was like, oh my god, I could just watch it for another 4 hours.
They're great.
Amazing.
The drummer's amazing.
Oh my god, incredible.
Yeah, like, I was going to say my friends' Opposition Dolls because I've seen them grow.
I just love them too, though.
Yeah.
And they have grown.
But somebody, like Big Child, we were talking about that. The
Big
energy
Child
they
is
bring
I
is
love
so...
Big Child.
Oh, I got one more. Folk Tale San Pedro.
Oh, I love Paco. I love him.
I don't know who that
No,
is. No, I
they're
have to.
amazing.
The old youth as
Such
well,
a good
Glass
band.
Orange. I could go on about all my
yeah.
favorite vocals.
Yeah.
Palomino Blonde.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Actually, I talked to them. I think I have them on my calendar, too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, I have not heard much from them yet, though. Like, I haven't seen them play or anything, so I really don't have an opinion on it. But I do know they're pretty popular.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
I could go on.
Yeah,
Quebecois.
Quebecois,
Oh, yeah.
Children of the Flesh, Headfoam, The Ruffins, Dog Boner, Real People.
Now we're just naming bands. They're all so good.
Hijas de la Muerte.
Yeah.
Hijas de la Muerte is good.
So, tell me, like, what's the craziest story that's ever happened during the show?
During
During
the
a
show.
show.
We gotta think. We gotta
I mean,
Oh,
Sophie's
no, I
amp.
mean-
Sophie's amp.
Immediately I thought of that one.
Was it the amp? I thought it was your bass.
Oh,
It
sorry.
was
It's
my
the
bass.
bass.
It was
okay.
the input jack. It like broke off, like a piece of it just like came off as soon as I was about to play. Like before it was fine. I was like, oh yeah, like I'm playing. And the funny thing is, we had a show the day before and it was perfect.
Right.
Right. And then I don't know what happened. It was like I got on stage and I guess something got loose. Maybe it was in my car. I was like going back and
Right.
forth like the drive, and it just came off on stage. And I was like, what? I was like internally like, I'm done. No, that's it.
I know the crazy. Go ahead.
We
Sorry.
had
No,
crazy
you're good.
stuff.
But like, luckily, thank God, like Big Child, like shout
Yeah.
out to them. They were able to like lend me my bass, and I was able to like improvise on stage.
That was sucked.
It was.
I know the
scary.
craziest thing was when I fainted on stage.
What?
That happened? Did it?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
fainted on
Like
stage.
yeah.
I was at
You know what happens? Because when I'm playing guitar, my hair is like all down. So I have
and you're always fucking shirtless.
no idea what's going on. I'm like, oh, we're missing someone.
So I was on the last note of Search Party. I remember it was like a long fucking note, and it was like hi, and then I just remember like on the floor, and then I kind of like blacked out. I'm like, I passed out. Does anybody have an iron pill? And then his girlfriend came to the
Yeah.
rescue.
I mean, I see Venus, flailing around all concert. I thought that was just another. I saw her go down and then she didn't come back up for like 5 seconds. I'm like,
That's okay. That's her. Oh my god.
Tommy's
That's
just
so funny. That's hysterical. Okay. All right. So let's. You know this next one. You can tell mom anything segment. It's like I'm not crazy. It's not anything like. It's just so people can get to know you as people.
Gotcha.
Okay. So outside of music, do you guys have jobs? I know you're at the Cheesecake Factory, which I have a funny story about.
Uh-oh.
Because I always told everybody that I hate the Cheesecake Factory. Anytime they're like, "Do you want to go to the Cheesecake Factory?" I'm like, "Why would I want to go to the Cheesecake Factory?"
That's valid.
It's like, oh my god. And then I went to the Cheesecake Factory like a month ago, and I was like, oh my god, it's so freaking good. I got this salad. I can't remember the name,
Great.
but ever since then, I've been telling my husband, we really gotta go to the Cheesecake Factory. He's like, I thought you hated the Cheesecake Factory. I was like, no, I finally went. He's like, you never went, and you're telling people you hate it. I said, yeah, I just assumed I hated their food.
I like their bread.
The bread.
Yo, the bread.
I get that bread for free. I take it home every night.
The menu was so large.
200 plus.
That's the problem. That's why I hated it, I think, because I looked at it one day and I just got overwhelmed. I was like, I just need you to give me like 4 options and that's it. And I mean, but yeah, so I know that's where you were. That's all.
These are where you work.
You know where I work. I work
forget.
at a Mexican restaurant called
Right.
Ole Ole.
Oh, you were in OLA by the Brown Hall?
Yep.
Well, okay.
Psych.
OLA.
Yeah. He's paying for my tuition.
I'm super bummed though because they used to send out coupons, BOGOs, for Monday through Thursday. They don't do it anymore.
I'm not gonna slander my job.
I'll still go and pay the freaking price for the second meal, but it's good. I do like it.
I like their food. It's great.
Yeah, so
it's also a good job.
Side cheese.
I just started working with this guitar and bass luthier, and basically he fixes instruments, right, and works on
Oh,
them.
you told me.
6-string theory. So that's all the way in Kendall, and
wow.
I just help him fix guitars and stuff like that. So
So, like, obviously Kendall's very far from me, but is it a far hike for you? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm currently jobless, but I used to work, like, my last job was in Dade County. Public schools, I used to be, like, an office clerk, just, like, helping out. Yeah.
How'd you like that?
It was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, just, like, paperwork, just, like, normal office stuff.
Right.
And kind of there, I was, like, kind of doing work for the most part. But, yeah, I'm just, like, focusing on school and just life at the moment. So.
And you're going to school for psychology, you said?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. So, where's your favorite place that you have ever visited?
Like, in the world? And, I mean, I loved Europe.
I always wanted to go there.
It's so beautiful. I went to, it was, like, 2016, one summer. I just, like, spent 2 weeks in, like, Czech Republic, Switzerland, Austria.
Oh my God, so cool.
Yeah, I love traveling, and like because of COVID, like it just like made me really really sad because like I couldn't travel or do anything. I was supposed to go to Italy, Spain, and France, and like I canceled.
Oh my God, I want your life. I never traveled. I think I'm a cruiser, so I've been on a ton of cruises, but I just never have. I think the furthest I've flown is to California, but I've gone places in the United States.
Okay.
Honestly, I took my first solo trip ever this year. It's been 4 years since I was on a plane. The last time I was on a plane was to go to Cuba to visit family. I was like 14. But I went to New York. I went to upstate New York, Rochester, and I visited some online friends. And I met them on Omegle, so that was kind of scary. But
What is that?
It's like a randomized video chat.
Yeah, so
you can chat with
anybody in the fucking world. And it's dangerous. It's very
That is
dangerous.
scary, yeah.
Yeah. But luckily I met my best friend Josh. I'm like, hi. And he's like, you're not weird. What's your Instagram? So we've just been like best friends ever since. I knew it's just like kids and their local scene over there, and I went up there and I discovered the Rochester scene, like, wow. But anyways, I love New York. So
your friend Josh, how long ago did you meet him? How long have you guys been friends?
I'd say about 4 years,
Okay,
like since I was a freshman.
I love that.
Very nice. Funny.
Oh, favorite place? I've been outside the U.S. a little bit, but I think my favorite place, I'm a mountain boy. So,
Okay.
I love mountain. Colorado was, like, gorgeous. A long time ago, I visited there, and it was just beautiful. Like, I stepped out of the plane, and I was like, the dirt smells nice. I was like, the dirt smells nice. I don't know. It was just, like, I'm so used to, like, Miami with all the cars and stuff like that, and like when you breathe the air in a place like that, it was just like amazing, completely different. It felt much cleaner, and I thought it was, really
Filtered.
beautiful. I love nature and stuff.
My place would probably have to be Peru.
Okay.
I visited Peru. That's where my dad's side of the family's from. So they're all over there. We went to the capital. Peru's an amazing city. It's like such a cultured place, and I love like all the architecture there. There's so many like cool cathedrals and art museums, and the just scenery. My family lives on in the capital, and that's Lima, and it's basically on like a cliff.
Oh, wow.
Right, the whole capital is like on the cliff, so just being outside, it's a great view.
I heard that Peru is really good for hiking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of mountains. There's a lot of, they call them highlands over there, the highlands. And it's a bunch of, like, snow-capped mountains. Like, it's, like, dirt and grass mountains, and then just a little patch of snow at the top.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's nice. Don't have anything quite extravagant as that, you guys. Okay. You guys have significant others. I know that the two of you do.
Yes. Actually.
I'm worried about that.
I've seen that on Instagram, guys.
I'm worried about, not actually, but like, it's like they're always like close. Yeah, they're always doing something.
Really not.
It's really not.
No, I know.
Sometimes I'll call Enzo at work, though.
Yeah.
They have a platonic.
Yeah,
It's like, yo, Enzo, what's up?
And I'll be like, I'm at work.
That's the conversation.
Yes, I do have a girlfriend.
I think Sophie and I are just both figuring out our lives right now.
Yeah.
We're riding our own wave. Whoever wants to join,
Sometimes that's the best.
Yeah, I'm like way too busy.
Answer
right
to
now.
nobody.
Absolutely.
All right, so tell me one fun fact about you that you don't think many people know.
Anybody want to go first?
I have a knife obsession.
Do you?
I like sharpen knives. I work on them and stuff like that.
Okay.
I love knives. Yeah, all types of knives.
How many do you have? Like,
I have to really think. I have
Yeah.
to make a list. I don't know.
When did you start collecting them?
It probably started slowly, like probably a year ago or something like that. And I got like my little switchblade, whatever. And I started like, yeah, knives are pretty cool. I'm like, oh, different steels and stuff like that. And I started really getting into it. So
Yeah, it's really special. My father, he used to collect knives as well. And when he passed away, I'm the youngest of 5 girls, and then he has 6 grandsons and 6 granddaughters, and then all of our 5 husbands. Like, so there was a really special knife for every guy in the family to get. So it was really nice. You should keep
That's
doing
really
that.
cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Fun fact.
All right, they know this, and unfortunately, the people on my job know. But I can actually clap my boobs together, and it makes like a really loud sound. So I've been like kind of wanting to do this for like whenever we play Killing in the Name. Instead of the cowbell, I'll just like I'll put my boobs to the mic and be like boom 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 boom. Like I can't do it now because like audience, but like it's like a really loud clap. And I think that's really cool.
you have to be there to see it.
Yeah, you've got to be there, like experience like the sub. It's like a sub. There's so much bass to it.
Oh my god, it's hysterical.
Yeah, I'm a gamer.
How are you?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
What's your favorite to play?
Right now, Halo Infinite.
Okay.
I'm like really getting into that. Like FPS and like first-person shooters. Yeah.
You're every guy's dream.
Yeah, like all like my guy friends like we're all on Discord and we just like play all the time. That like Pokemon, like there's like a new Pokemon game that just came out and been like grinding that. So yeah, just like different games. Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
I said this in the beginning, but I'm a DJ.
Oh yes.
I have been practicing for like almost about a year, and I've been trying to get a gig, but I haven't had any luck with that. I think I'm pretty good, and
Well, you got to get your DJ name out there.
I know.
You got to get
Yeah,
a
I need
name
to figure
for
that
I
out.
need a brand.
Yeah.
And to the Zoe.
So
You got plenty of friends that'll promote you.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
guy's gonna help me with sound.
And he's so funny. He did so many stories about it. Because I've called him one time, I've FaceTimed him where he answers, and it's just boom, boom, just like super loud. There's lights going in his room. Yeah. So he'll DJ in his own room for fun. And he tells me how his mom will walk in to do laundry, and he's just it's like funny.
It's funny.
Yeah, that's also something I really enjoy doing. It's something I want to further myself in.
Well, you should then. Definitely.
I would like to.
Well, I'll keep you in mind
Already got
if I need a DJ at any point in time.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right.
Artist? Huh?
yeah, tell me where to the
Yeah,
knives.
I
Oh,
do, dude.
never mind.
The what?
You were the first one. I forgot
yeah.
Tommy when it had all.
Yeah. So, what's the best gift you were ever given?
Definitely my drum set.
Yeah.
Has to be my drum set.
Life.
I was about to say.
I don't know how it could not be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like it's so corny, but just like living and like being alive and experiencing everything is like I don't know. It's the greatest gift you can ever have.
Right.
Yeah, people, you know? Like, very
Like,
to
everything
experience
else
the world.
Honestly?
I really said my drum set.
It's okay, dude.
No, I was gonna say my guitar. Like my first guitar ever was given to me by my dad's coworker, and he gave one to me and one to my sister's, like a youth classical guitar. And if it weren't for that guitar, I wouldn't be a musician. Because originally I wanted to study film and go to like Dash, the high school, and I wanted to be a filmmaker. But then I started playing around on the guitar. I'm like, oh, I really like this, and that's where I made Downhill, and I just made all my songs on the guitar. And then I got more guitars and bass, and just without that guitar, I wouldn't be here, you know,
Yeah.
even alive.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, what would you do if you won $1 million?
Buy new cymbals. I don't
Those
know.
would be some killer symbols.
Use a small portion to buy new cymbals. I don't know if you saw them during your show, but it looks like you took a bite out of them.
Oh, is that the symbol? Yeah, I think I did see that.
Very beat up.
Yeah.
Make ourselves our own studio. That'd be pretty cool. Studio would be dope. The studio would be really nice. I'm so anxious to record and to release our music. I'm so excited.
If I had $1 million, I'd really want to like not make just one venue, but like a bunch of venues in South Florida.
Yep.
Just some that like the $1 million could be like the down payment, and then I'll do my own little working. But I would at least want to do like 4 venues around, like one in Homestead, one in Broward, one in Central Miami, and just like kind of just
like a chain.
There's lots of people itching to come out, and there's a lot of places either get shut down or it's hard. Like I know there used to be a really nice spot, Young Umbrella, that used to
in Sunset Place,
in South Miami. That and that would close down, and like, all these places, So
Yeah. For me, if I won $1 million, I would use it for different things. Like I guess like one portion would be to like. It sounds like, I guess, like, cheesy and nice, but, like, to give to charity. Just because, like, I don't know, like, less fortunate people, like, should, like, have the money, like, they need the money more than I do, because, like, I'm fortunate I have, like, pretty much, like, everything I could ask for, so it's, like, there's people out there, like, I want to, like, give that to them. Another portion to, like, just travel the world.
Right.
Honestly, just, like, go and, like, experience life.
Yeah.
Really, and then another portion just to keep to myself, maybe, like, expenses, have, like, my own place, like, have, like, nice things and whatnot. Just, I don't know.
Buy my mom an Audi.
I'm like a belly button Audi. I'm like, what?
Okay. So if you could share a meal with 4 individuals, living or dead, who would they be?
Wow. Share a meal.
Yeah. Basically, like your dream blunt rotation.
Everybody's looking at me. Okay.
You're first in line, dude.
Better be your band, Enzo.
Okay, so the question was if you could share a meal with how many people?
4.
4 people.
Yep.
Okay. Neil deGrasse Tyson, the astrophysicist.
It's a good choice.
Second would
Bill Nye.
Okay, Neil deGrasse Tyson is definitely the first one. Second, Tyler, the Creator. He seems like such an interesting person. Third would be he's like a niche micro celebrity, but not really. His name is Blade.
Okay.
Yeah, Blade. It's 4 people. Is that 4 or 3?
4.
That was 4.
That's
yeah.
4.
Yeah.
deGrasse Tyson. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'd, as much as I love music and musicians, like I love comedy a lot. I love comedians so much. It's like I'm constantly watching all these people like Tom Segura, Andrew Schultz, Bert Kreischer, friggin' Joe Rogan, or all these funny people. Like I love all that stuff.
Do you know Brett Ernst?
Brett Ernst, that sounds familiar.
I've been friends with him since I was young. He's the cousin on Cobra Kai, but he was also on Vince Vaughn's Wild Wild West.
Seen it.
You haven't? That's what got him and Sebastian
Maniscalco.
Yeah, famous was that Vince Vaughn's roadshow.
Oh.
But so check out Brett Ernst. Freaking hysterical. Like you will be crying. He's so funny.
I guess. What about penis?
Oh, I was thinking, so I was like, okay, obviously I was going to say like Haley Williams and stuff like that, but then I thought to myself, if I had the chance to like pair 4 people in the same room, I was thinking like kind of sort of world rulers, like try to get a coexisting conversation to start.
Okay.
Like I was thinking like, I don't know, who's this? I forgot. Who's our president? Oh, Joe Biden. So I would have like.
Who is it?
So I would have like Joe Biden. I honestly don't know who to name, but just like 4 of the most influential and like big world rulers, and just like give them a good meal and now, but all of them would like have. Actually, no filters whatsoever, no cameras, no anything. Just talking about what do we really want for the world and how are we going to fix what's going on.
It'd be a huge disagreement.
It'd be a huge disagreement.
Absolutely.
But what if it came to the point of coexisting? That's like, I wonder, like the hypothetical. But if, like, even dead and alive, maybe like Julius Caesar, I don't know, just like people from different eras. Like
That would be interesting to see their viewpoint on it, especially like the ones that are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Show them a calculator for the first time.
This is my iPhone. What is that?
Yeah, for me, I would have a variety because like I want to see like how different people think and whatnot. So for me, it'd be Sigmund Freud,
Okay.
Barack Obama,
Okay.
Stevie Wonder,
Okay.
It's a really weird pick of people.
This is quite a
And-
dinner.
maybe like Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay.
Someone just to like see like I don't know like we'll have a topic and then just like see how we would all collaborate.
Right.
Like I guess like the chaos that will unfold really. And just,
Yeah, like what each of them think about, like what's abortion, what's climate change, like,
Yeah.
all the main issues.
Right. And I bet the ones that are dead know more about it than we would think. That
Oh,
they know about
absolutely.
it. Yep. Oh my god. That's. I love that you guys really thought that out. I love that.
You're the girl.
Okay. Do you sleep with the lights on or off?
Off.
Completely off, pitch
Yeah.
black.
Yes. In silence.
Yes.
Yeah.
But although my dog, I had a bulldog, I can't talk much about it because I don't want to cry right now, but she passed away. And I woke up the first night without her, and you know, bulldogs, they snore nonstop. And I was like, oh, there's no snoring. And I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I could not get back to sleep because there was no noise. of the
Yeah.
snoring.
no, I
But, okay, so are you more into brains or looks?
Brains. Being a smart, like, intellectual person is, like, one of the most attractive, but, like, not in, like, the romantic way. Like, if I see someone with, like, you know, a good conscience and, you know, normal common sense, and, or just, like, a really smart person, that's somebody I want to, you know, engage or talk to.
And he got lucky. He got like the whole thing.
You got the whole package.
Yeah.
No, like she's amazing, like all around. I love Jill. Jill's amazing.
My girlfriend is amazing.
Yeah, I guess for me, brains all the way.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like I want to have like intellectual conversations, and like I'm
Yeah.
more of like a brainy person. So like for me to like talk to someone who's like I guess like not the smartest, like to say like nicely or like try to say nicely. Like, you know, I don't know. It's like for me, it's like I don't know. I cannot. Like for me, it's like that's like part of my standards. Like I need to talk to someone or like be around people who are like just like very intellectual, insightful, and like or, like people who like respect opinions.
Right.
Too. It's not like oh like I'm right, you're wrong.
Right.
Things like we like agree to disagree, and like
Right.
it's a gray area. Really. So yeah.
And it's funny because relationships do work out that way. Like my best friend of, 25 years, we couldn't be more opposite.
Yeah.
But I respect her opinion and she respects my opinion, and then we live on and we are happy. And that's
all
it.
that matters.
Yeah,
You know, respect.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'd rather no brains, no looks, but a big fucking heart.
Yeah.
You've got to like have the drive, and you know, like you can be not saying like you can have less logic and more looks, or more looks and less logic. I wouldn't really care as long as you know like where you stand, who you are, what you believe in.
Solid morals.
Yeah, like
Yep.
morals,
Yeah.
like something very deep in the heart. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I would agree. I like,
Yeah.
you know, strong, passionate people. You know, people who
Know
actually-
like where their fire began and how to extinguish it if they need to.
people
what
who
they
care.
want, like-
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, obviously, you know, if you see someone good looking, you're like, oh, dang, they're good looking, and then they open their mouth and you're like, ugh. But
That's
it's-
literally my high school.
And that's
That's Miami, bro.
That's my whole
Oh,
high
Broward.
school. It's a bunch of pretty people, and then the second they open their mouth, I'm like, oh my god, please close it.
I can't stand the people I run into on a daily basis like that. But it's like, whoever you're with, because of their mind, it's like you fall in love with who they are as a person, and then they become the most beautiful person to you. So it's like, I think I'm glad that you guys answered that way. Okay. So, what is the most unusual thing you have ever eaten?
Ooh, guinea pig.
What? Stop!
It's a meal in Peru.
Are you kidding me?
I swear.
Was it good?
Yeah. Pinky promise.
It was good. Did you put a sauce on it? Or?
Yeah, it was like, it's already in.
Guinea pig. I just don't know if I could get it down, knowing that I had him as a pet.
No, it wasn't a pet. It wasn't my pet.
Ask us if you're hungry enough.
The most unusual thing I've eaten, I think it was like a Tootsie Roll wrapper. Like,
I
wonder
believe
if that has
that.
digested yet.
I don't know. I think. I mean, it's been years, but I was really hungry one day. I'm like, fuck, this has some Tootsie Roll in it. I'm gonna eat it. So I ate it, and and nothing happened to me. Like, I'm still here.
It's like swallowing gum.
Yeah, it's like
It'll come out
it's like, oh, it
eventually.
makes you like, oh, it's bad.
Oh, I'm still around. I don't think I ever threw out a piece of gum as a kid.
What?
I just swallowed it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was always scared. I was always told that
7 years.
Yeah,
7
so that's
years, yeah.
7 years.
I mean, is that true?
Probably
And,
not. You just.
I'm fine. Whatever. I've got a shit ton of gum in my stomach, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would say that, like, I don't think I've necessarily eaten any weird stuff. Like, I've had gator and stuff like that. But I have this one story where some of my friends and I would be playing Uno, like a high-stakes Uno game in a Flanagan's. And, they were going to kick us out, so we had to, like, speed things up. Because they were like, guys, you finished your food? Get out of here with this Uno game. And so, like, we'll make a concoction in the middle. So it was like a chicken sandwich with every sauce in it and every spice, and it was, like, really gross. And we mixed everything in that chicken sandwich, and I lost. So I had
you had to eat it.
I had to eat it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man. Was it spicy?
It was everything.
It was everything.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, for me, I've never like actually eaten like actual food that was, I guess, strange. It was more so like when I was a kid, I used to like chew on.
Oh, the pen cap? Or
Yeah, I just like chew on it. I guess like it was like pen or like plastic in like my bloodstream or like in my body or something.
Are you serious? Did you ever end up with a blue mouth corner?
No.
I used to chew on my pens, and I would chew so hard that I think the ink would come out, and I would get like
God.
blue.
No, I would just like chew the cap and like it was just dented, with all my teeth marks and probably like, ate some of it. So that's probably the weirdest thing
Okay. All right. So, what are 3 items you would take with you to a deserted island?
My drum set. No, I'm just kidding.
Me.
Deserted island. One of Tommy's machetes. And I feel like a case of water would be pretty beneficial. I don't know.
Rookie mistake.
I don't
This
know.
literally water.
Or no, deserted island. I'm thinking like island. It's like surrounded by salt water.
Right?
I mean,
you need a way to clean that water.
Well, yeah.
You need to boil that water.
Or you can let it evaporate
Well, I mean,
and put it in some.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
if
know.
you
I've watched
boil
too
it-
many survival YouTube videos. I could go into detail.
that's what I was.
What's it
like,
called?
kinda
Percolator?
thinking.
A percolator.
Percolator?
You need a
You're gonna bring a
percolator.
percolator?
You gotta bring a percolator? Not a perk. Percolator, a machete. You can do a lot with that.
Oh yeah. Percocet.
No.
Ketamine.
Oh yeah.
Who got K? My bad.
What was it? I've seen like those like survival like water filters. Like it's like a
Yeah.
straw,
Yeah.
and you like stick it in like the ocean or like some
Yeah,
dirty
I've
river,
seen
and
that.
it'll like filter the water after
Really?
like sucking
Yeah.
it in.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I would take a watch so I don't go crazy.
A watch.
So like, I at least know like
I
what.
can tell the time of
Yeah,
the sun.
no,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like,
sundial.
well, yeah, but I'd still kind of want.
Put a stick in the sand and watch the shadow. Boom.
Well, actually, that's not too bad. But I would also take I was gonna say a water filtration system.
Yeah.
Like just like one of those. And probably just like a hunting knife.
You need a fire system too.
Yeah.
Like a fire starter, one of those things.
I'll get a metal rod.
No.
Put it to some wood.
Just
Like-
I mean,
Wait,
Thompson.
which one was that?
No, that's
Jeff-
Ben Franklin.
Jeff-
Ben Franklin.
is it Ben Franklin?
Like,
John F.
in
Kennedy.
Oh man, I'm such a disappointment.
History.
We know.
Lovely. Yeah. For me, I would take a stick, a blade, and a string because you can actually like, do like multi-purpose with it. So, like,
Okay.
you can use a string, get the blade attached to the stick, make a spear. You can use that as a weapon, so that way you can like make food and all that. Get the
Wow.
stick.
I need to go on. If I'm deserted on an island, I hope you're with me.
Get the stick, like kind of like cut it up, make wood, like kind of like just put together, like make fire, and then like get the meat that you hunted, cook your food. Get the blade, I know, like
Blade.
cut things or like just like weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whatever you have left of the stick and the string, you can attach it, and then you can go fishing, or like
Wow.
yeah, and then like attach like I know something to it, and then use it as bait.
A machete's the best knife you can take, though.
Yeah. Machete. Machete is good. Okay. If you could join any past or current music group, which would you want to join?
Foo Fighters. I like Foo Fighters.
I love the Foo Fighters.
I don't know. I'm like thinking of like I know like maybe like a 70s band or something. I don't know.
I'd stick with the modern bands.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters.
I don't know.
Corn.
It says it on your shirt.
I would love to join either Depeche Mode or Nine Inch Nails.
Oh my god.
That'd be so
That was my heartthrob. One of them. One of the many.
I love Jamiroquai.
Oh, you do?
I'm a huge Jamiroquai fan.
Really?
I'd love to play with Jamiroquai.
Okay.
I'm big into funk.
I don't know. Maybe like the Beatles or the Bee Gees.
Nice.
It's like something like funky.
Yeah.
Or the B-52s.
Okay. So now we are on rapid fire.
Oh no!
All right.
Let's see.
So scary.
Oh my gosh. Let's see how fast we can go. We'll start with you and we'll just do like bam, 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 bam. Okay? All right. Who do you text the most?
My girlfriend.
Yeah, my girlfriend.
My mom, my best friend.
Okay. What celebrity annoys you the most?
Amy Schumer.
Taylor Swift.
Elijah Wood.
It's weird. I don't know, like Taylor Swift.
Okay. If you could be an animal, what animal would it be?
Skip me. I'll be last.
Frog.
Raccoon, fox.
Monkey.
Are you a morning person or a night person?
Night person. I hate the morning.
Everything.
Everything.
Morning.
Neither afternoon.
Oh, okay. What is the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
Look at my phone.
Coffee.
With my phone.
Stare at the ceiling.
I'm gonna have to go with Sophie.
If you could get a yacht, what would you call it?
Big Bass.
Sir Boats a lot.
The Kikiriki Mobile.
It's not a mobile.
The SS
SS.
shrubs. I don't know.
Oh, that's actually creative. SS.
What store do you shop at most?
Amazon.
Yeah, me too.
I love Ace Hardware.
Ace
They still
Hardware.
have these fees?
Yeah, Ace
They
Hardware.
do?
I would say CVS.
Yes, yeah, you're there, Dan.
Amazon.
Okay. What's the most overrated musician?
Taylor Swift.
Oh man, I probably agree.
Harry Styles.
Oof.
But he is sexy.
I don't know. Taylor Swift again.
What is the
all
best
hate you.
compliment that you have ever received?
I really like your drumming.
I like your tone.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Someone complimented me on how I tune the toms on my drums.
Okay.
That was probably one of the best compliments I got.
Okay.
I don't know. I probably have to say, like, somebody told me, like, I love how your mind works.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess like people like comment on like how much I've grown over the years. So it's like, oh, like I love like your progress or
Right.
like who you become as a person.
That'd be
That is a
a-
good compliment. Yeah.
Oh, my hand is sweaty. I'm sorry.
And on to the drumming thing. Do you know how many drummers are out there that don't know how to tune their own drums?
Yeah,
So
I've heard it's pretty common.
It is. Okay, your favorite flower.
Oh, gardenias. I had a gardenia bush and it smelled
They
great.
smell good.
I'm a sunflower type of dude.
Yeah.
I like their seeds.
Carnations.
Lilac.
Of course, bitch.
And the last one is who inspires you?
Musically, Josh Dunn, drummer of 21 Pilots.
Yes.
Love him. Still love him.
Morally,
Aristotle. Socrates.
morally, myself.
Okay.
Oh man, this is a big question, not for rapid fire. This is not a rapid fire question.
But it is, because it's just whoever comes to your mind.
I think Venus comes to my mind.
Huh? Oh.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Haley Williams.
Now we gotta go back to the other question now.
Yeah.
One that says, what's the best compliment you ever received? And now that's...
Yeah. For me, it's not so much a person; it's more so like an idea.
Okay.
It's results, like positive results. Seeing like people grow, like go from like one point to another is
That's a
like
good one.
the most inspiring
Yeah,
thing.
that is a really good one. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, you guys did so good. All right, so let's talk about your future, where people can find you, what's coming up, blah, blah, blah. This is airing on Friday, so Whatever you have from Friday on, let everyone know.
December 10th, we've got a show in Homestead. We're probably gonna. I know it's far as fuck. It's a house show.
Homestead?
Yeah. It's called Purgatory. We go on at 11:40 p.m. to 12 a.m. and we're gonna be singing and playing and
Doing
performing
So 15.
originals. A 15-minute set, and we're probably just gonna be recording and probably doing promo shoots and to let you guys know, like shirts. We're making shirts soon.
And you got the single coming out hopefully by December.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And where can everybody find you guys?
Instagram. It's okay.
Promise.
Bumble.
Yeah, we're everywhere.
Oh my god,
Everywhere.
you can find us on Bumble, on Hinge, on Tinder. Also the every bathroom stall of FIU because I've been putting it on there.
I have your stick right here.
I was like, wow, that's so cool. But our Instagram handle is at Petrichor FL. There's no dot, I forgot. Petrichor FL, Twitter, Petrichor FL. Our email, if you want to book us, if you want to see some videos of all of us spazzing out, it's booking.petrichor@gmail.com. And this is my TTR. You get
We
it?
also have a TikTok, but we
bullet
don't post on that.
I kind of put like little things sometimes, but Petrichor FL. Everything's Petrichor FL.
Mostly Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram is like the main.
Yeah.
hub.
All right. And so before we end everything, what message do you have for your fans? If you could get a message to them.
Believe in yourself. Really, like, whatever you want to do in your life, just have a passion, have a goal, and just go for it. Then don't let anyone like tell you otherwise. Say like, oh, like you're not good enough. Just ignore the haters. Do your own thing.
Yep.
Slay.
Slay! I've got a message from my fans. In fact, I'm gonna look right at the camera for this. If you've ever been to a Petrichor show, you've put your pinky up for when I sang downhill. Keep your fucking promise, because you put your pinky up and I put my pinky up. So basically, we're all pinkied up. So keep it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pinkies. We always. I love doing the pinkies. It's so nice to see the pinkies go up, and then people like come up to me, like at least my friends, like they'll feel bad. I'm like, you pinky promised me, and they're like, oh shit, you're right.
I broke my pinky once.
Did you break your pinky or your pinky promise?
Nah, the pinky.
Okay.
The pinky, so.
Yeah.
Probably be thank you for the support. This is like my first real introduction to the music scene. Like before, I joined when I was still 17, and I've been playing since I was 12, just in my room. Never really, been playing outside for people. I've just been playing by myself, and this was a great opportunity. And the first show, I was just absolutely blown away by like all the people who came and support, and the crowd was amazing. So yeah,
It's an experience that you're never gonna get.
I'm never gonna
again.
miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never.
So I guess like a big thank you to our supporters and the fans that have been sticking with us like since day
all
one.
All the reposts, all those.
Yeah.
We got mentioned by somebody for Okeechobee Fest submissions.
Awesome.
And I think on behalf of all of us, thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you guys. I know it was a long drive.
Well,
It was a long drive, and I loved talking to you guys. Like you said, like your mind and stuff. Like I got to know you guys on a whole new level, and I even like you even more now. So I thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.